Hello. In this presentation I'm going to be talking about drawing horizontal lines, both long and medium length lines. Let's take a look at drawing horizontal lines across the page. If the page is directly in front of me, the movement mainly occurs at the shoulder. So I move my upper arm away from the body and towards the body. But now notice I've kept my wrist straight and the finger, the end of the pen pointing just past my shoulder. If on the other hand I put the paper at an angle, the movement occurs mainly at the elbow. So it's a bending and stretching of the elbow, which is a much less complicated movement. And another important aspect of drawing repeated long lines is that I have to move my pen from the end of one line to the beginning of the next line. So this is a movement in reverse. So I move my hand away and then back, shoulder away and then back. Now precisely where I put my pen to draw the next line will determine the spacing between the lines. So the movement of the arm to position a marker for the next line is as important as drawing the line itself. Okay. Notice as you draw lines closer and closer to the bottom of the page, the shoulder also has to move backwards in order to move the pen into the right position for writing. So there, and then I move my shoulder down a bit, move my shoulder back a bit. You may also have noticed how young children, when they're having to draw grass, will very often tilt the page to make it easier for them to draw the grass along the bottom of the paper. Okay. As adults, when writing, we tend to tilt the page slightly, which makes the movement of the hand across the page easier. Children, however, will often write with the paper straight in front of them, and particularly when they're drawing, the page is put in front of them. Notice when you draw Notice as you draw lines closer and closer to the bottom of the page, the shoulder also has to move backwards in order to move the pen into the right position for writing. So there, and then I move my shoulder down a bit, move my shoulder back a bit. One way to practice drawing horizontal lines is to use a template such as this. Demonstrate to the child how you start the line from the circle on the left, go right across the page and end in the square on the right. So I'm going to draw a line right across. Notice that I move my hand at a fairly steady pace. And if you listen to yourself doing this, you'll hear the sound is a smooth, even sound. So I demonstrate to the child how I draw the line across. We talk about where the line should start and end. And then I ask the child, you draw the next 3 lines, finish the page. So the child then draws the next 3 lines, and I'm going to just use a different color pen here. So I'm the child now. I'm drawing the lines, but I'm a little bit hesitant and go right, But with practice, and if I speed up a bit, I get a straighter line. Once a child has finished drawing her lines, talk about the quality of the lines. Where did they start? Did they start in the middle of the circle? Did they end in the middle of the square? Are the lines nice and straight? Which one is the best? Then do the activity again. This time, let the child draw 3 lines, stop, look at the quality of the lines, discuss where they started and stopped, and choose the best one, and then do the next 3 lines. In this way, you're teaching the child to work towards a goal. It starts here precisely and ends there precisely. To evaluate the product. Did I achieve the goal or didn't I achieve the goal? And the next time to try and make the line more accurate, finishing where it's supposed to finish. It's a good idea to follow this template drawing activity with a free drawing activity. One thing you can do is draw lots and lots of lines across the page using different colors. Here we go. I've allowed the child to choose the colors, and they use one color, finish with that one, and then use another color. Because as you know, what you might otherwise get is draw a line, take another pen, draw another line, and take another pen, and that is just too time consuming. So one thing you may want to do is create a shape. Oh, I don't know what sort of shape that is. And then let the child fill the shape with horizontal lines and maybe even vertical lines. So here you can see some pictures drawn by children using vertical and horizontal lines to fill up a shape. Another way to get children to practice drawing horizontal lines, as well as vertical lines, is to suggest that they draw people out of just rectangles and squares. Robots are a good one because they tend to be square in any case. And any other animal or car, just using squares and rectangles.